Right. Oh no! So it's been a couple of days since I cast these beauties. I've had a cold, which is why I've been a bit sort of flat the last few days. I hadn't really realised, but only yesterday did it come on strong. While I can't sort of run and all the rest of it because of my chest and cold, I thought I'm going to try at least do some more casting. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, excuse my voice or sniffing, that's what that is. So yeah, I cast these last time and I'm super pleased with it. I've joined this forum, I'll put a link in the description, Alloy Avenue. It's just such a brilliant resource, they're super helpful. It's kind of given me another little boost. So, as an experiment, this might be a little bit of a waste of time, and I'm hoping it isn't because I'm not running out of energy, but because of my illness, I'm a little bit sort of, and I would like things to go well now more than I usually do, if you see what I mean. I usually don't mind if things go wrong because it's sort of part of life, but I'm feeling a bit bleh. Anyway, enough of that. So I cast these both had feeders. Today, I would like to cast exactly the same things, but with no feeders. So any bending, i.e. this one, with the vat extension piece in the middle, may well be exaggerated. I just want to see if the feeders made any difference whatsoever. So it could be a bit of a waste of time, but until I do it, I'll never know if the feeders are useful or not. And let's face it, they add complication to the casting. And if I'm expecting people to use these for their own flasks, then it'd be nice to know whether the feeders are even needed. I have a suspicion that they're not really needed, but they're sort of slightly needed, only just, if you see what I mean. But doing this without feeders will kind of tell me once and for all. If I get time later, depending on how this casts without the feeder, I may well do the same, but insert a flat bit there. So it's a completely flat side, and do that without a feeder. Because I need 4 long sides, and I have 1 already, so I need 3 more. And I need 4 of these short sides, and I have 1 ready, so I need 3 more. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to cast these exactly like last time, but with no feeders. And then we can compare them to these, which were made with feeders. Last time, one of the patterns stayed in. I think it was the handle pattern, and I think that's because of the feeders were a bit tight, the pins between the feeders and the pattern. But there are no feeders this time, so we'll just have to see what happens. Hopefully it should just come off. But it's heavy though. Okay, oh, that's a shame. Damn, that is a shame. I'm going to redo this top bit. So I'm going to scoop that out and redo the top bit. That is a shame. Because apart from that, it looks okay. I think that happened because I only used the sharp point once, and I need to use the sharp point twice on the rammer. It was kind of trying to save time and it didn't work out. Right, Let's scoop this out. All right. Great. Now I need to just make sure that these connect. Okay. Can't see any up the spin trap. Wow, that took a lot less metal. I'm thinking maybe that wasn't so good. Nice. Woo. This is these two castings, but without feeders. Really interested to see if there's a bend, how much bend. It would be so much nicer to not have to include the feeders, but I have a suspicion that they did work a little. Not perfectly, but maybe a little. Right, here goes. Okay, well, there's no part. Oh, head spin.
Hold, please.
Right. Right. Oh no! I can see there's no metal there. None at all. Oh dear, that's not good. Oh man, why will that be? There should be metal there and there. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm being an idiot. Oh my God. Hooray. Ooh. Oh, I can see some shrinkage there. A little bit there. And a bit there in the middle, in the very centre. Not huge though. Not like on the... not that bad. Oh, I've steamed up. Ooh. What? Oh, thank God we've at least got something. Yeah, I can touch it. I can see there is some, there's a dent there, shrinkage, and a dent there. Looks like the whole thing's come away. There's a tiny bit there, so this is the one with the two handles, and there's a bit of shrinkage there at the base of the handle, and less so there, but that's about 1 millimetre shrunk down. But you know, if that was it, I think that's okay. Same for this one, I guess. Oh, I think it might have the same bend. Oh God, if they're the same, then the feeders aren't needed. Going to cut there and there, come straight back. Here we go. I better label these because they look so similar. I'm going to label them so they don't get mixed up. Fed, fed. Well, there's some shrinkage there. Let's compare the two together. So let's look at the long ones. This one has been fed. God, they look very similar. Look at that. Do you know what? I think they bent the same amount. So I'm calling that about 1 millimetre. And like before, it's bent there and there. And this one, it's bent exactly the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same. So I mean, there's still a small bend there. How flat are they? So the bend in the middle is maximum bend 2.7 millimeters, dead center. Over 400. And don't forget that's doubled. That is awesome. And the no feeders thing is awesome. How straight that way? Yeah. Good. So this one's fed, this one is not fed. Now let's look at these two. So this one is fed and this one is not fed. They look identical from the front. Oh, I've been an idiot. I may be measuring the bumps on the feeder. Well, anyway, there you go. That's a bit. If I just press on that side there, yeah, that's a bit better. There are two bumps where the feeders went in that I haven't removed yet. In fact, I've done no tidying except removing the feeder. Oh, there we go. So that is 1.8. So it's 1.8 millimeters error over 400 millimeters, but that's times 2. So really, that's only 0.9 of a millimeter per side, which is awesome. Oh, that was so much easier without all the feeders and stuff. You can definitely see the shrinkage on this piece here though. And again here, you can just see it's a discoloration and there's a bit of a drop there. I'd say that was about 1.5 millimeters dropped down. But if I look at those two, they are just perfectly straight, those two. I can't press them flat because there's two bumps there, two feeder bumps. These two are perfect. Okay, slightly less than perfect. We're talking about 0.5 degree off for the two short sides. I've got enough to do one half of a flask. Very chuffed. Well, here they are. Not fed. So there you go. These two weren't fed. But apart from that, they are pretty much identical, apart from these divots here. There's no actual increase in the bend. So I don't think the feeders are required. And then these two were the fed ones from last time. Here's the one I've just cast, the unfed one. And you can see here the shrinkage has just kind of pulled away from the mould there. That must have been the last bit to freeze, and so when the rest of the aluminium was shrinking, it robbed it from just there. But this is lovely and straight, and this is lovely and straight, so that's good. And here's the other unfed one that I've just cast just now. Again, much less shrinkage than the fat columned one, but still some. And it's at the base, the very root of this wedge handle, nearest the gate there. Yeah, lovely. And here's the fed one. And the fed one. And as you can see, there's really not a lot of difference, apart from that shrinkage there. So fed one is this one.